What's going on, folks? How you doing? Hope the sun is shining wherever you are. And if it's not shining on the outside, absolutely hope that it's shining on the inside. I know it's crazy time. If you're watching this in real time and live, that means we are in the midst of election season, not just election season, but election day. So the only bit of advice I'll give you about that is just be willing to take a deep breath and control what you can control. Because honestly, you can't control everything. You can only control you, regardless of the outcome that you're looking towards. It's going to be important that along the way, you just take some deep breaths to continuously remind you of who it is you want to be, what you're working towards, and what's important to you along the way. Now, you may find that that's exhausting or saying there's no way to do that. There absolutely is. You just have to be willing to take a deep breath and control what you can control. So, all that being said, I want to hop right into this. Feel free to make yourself at home in the comments. Let me know you're there. If you're watching this live, or even if you happen to catch this later on, if you have any questions or thoughts or something you'd like me to address regarding, you elevating your business and understanding virtual real estate and branding yourself, feel free to put that in the comment section. Now, why is this important? Why am I addressing this? Like, what's that one thing that is keeping you from being successful in your virtual business, right? And gaining virtual real estate? What's that one thing that people are afraid to do? Feel free to let me know what you think that might be. Like that one thing that you, let's say as an entrepreneur or as a small business owner, may be afraid to do during this time, right? During these times to help get a foothold in your industry or to get people to know who you are on a more regular basis. What might it be that you're missing? Yo, what's happening? How you doing? What may that be that you're missing or not doing that's keeping you from being successful, right? Or keeping people from knowing who you are? Again, one of those things could be, are you not posting the right kind of content to attract your customer? That could be it. Are you posting at the wrong time, right? But those aren't things you're necessarily afraid to do, right? Those aren't things you can necessarily be afraid of. Even if, you get a little bit of stage fright before you post something, you wanted to get the right kind of engagement, but maybe it falls on deaf eyes, deaf ears, or what have you, and it doesn't hit the way you'd like it to. All right. What's that? People, AKA be afraid to be vulnerable and take chance on something new. That's completely fair. So many folks are afraid to be vulnerable on social media for something that's going to help propel, let's say, their business. By that, I mean like sharing their story. So it's in line with what you're trying to build. Now, we will see folks share things or, again, be vulnerable, be transparent, because sometimes social media can absolutely be that place where people listen, right? Where you have someone where you didn't know where else you don't have anyone, but you have someone there or people there that will support you. If something bad has happened, you can share it, right? And then people will come in droves to make sure you're okay or try to be that support system for you, right? Even that is different than being intentional about sharing your story in a way that's going to bring people to you and say, I need that, which makes this super important. It's a great transition into the one thing that people are afraid to do. And this may seem super elementary to you all, but even the best choirs on planet Earth need rehearsal, and the best players need to practice. So here goes. This is something really simple that I'm going to highly encourage and definitely recommend you do this, especially if you're trying to grow your business or get it in front of the proper eyes to know who you are, especially while social media is a thing, while the virtual real estate piece is still happening, while there are folks looking to learn and be led through these channels, through these mediums, right? What is that thing that most people are afraid of? Simply to do what I'm doing right now, to go live on a regular basis. That's correct. To be on video on purpose, with a purpose to let people know what it is you can do for them, how you serve folks, and how you can provide value. All too often, like let's say one of the top 3 things that people are most afraid of is public speaking. And apparently that's still on top of the list, one of the top 3 things on the list people are most afraid of is public speaking. Now, what you have to do is throw that into the mix of being virtual. Now, some of you all may think, oh no, it's got to be easier because it's virtual. No, for the receiver, let's say for you all right now who are watching this, I can't see you, you can see me. And even if we were Zooming right now, we could see each other. It's still different for someone on the other side of the keyboard. I'm even more vulnerable now to the thoughts, to the things you may want to type, the things you may not type, the things you might be thinking. Those things happen in an even greater capacity. From a virtual standpoint, people are being more and more engaged because if you're in person, where you have to go on a sales call face to face, right? As opposed to being on Zoom or there being a chat box, people who wouldn't normally speak to you will engage in their chat box. That piece is what is separating people right now. Are you willing to be vulnerable? Are you willing to get in front of people who you don't know? Because what we don't often realize or admit to, people are going to judge anyway. That's just what happens, right? Especially when you put yourself out there in front of people. But what I'm also going to do is make sure I give you all some tips on how to make that life a little bit more seamless and easy for you when it comes to going live. Now, again, I'm actually going to, you don't listen to me or try and learn from me because I'm going to tell you what everyone else is going to tell you. I think if you can attempt to go live every day, it could be a challenge. Maybe I'll start that one day. Like attempt to go live every day for 5 days straight, for anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes, every single day. Now you're thinking, Stan, what's the significance of that? Well, I don't know. I'll ask you right now. Again, you could tell me in the comments, or if you're listening, or send me a message and tell me, hey, if I said, how many people know about your business? How many people ask you about your business today? Hey, how many people did you tell about your business today? Up to this point, if your answer is 0, well, then you're already behind an opportunity. Right. Think about this. If you have a small business or you're thinking about a small business, I'm asking you right now, maybe it can be rhetorical. How many people did you ask for business today? How many people did you inform about your business today or your service? If the answer is 0, then you're missing out on a major opportunity to be more intentional. I use this video for an example. Before this moment, I shot out some emails, had a couple of phone calls, but aside from that, I had not done anything today regarding my work. I took a little bit of time away. Now, let's just say this particular video, let's say it ends up getting 100 views, 200 views. Heck, I'm just going to say 500 views, and I'm not even going to use it as an ad. Let's just say that happens. Let's say it gets 500 views. And then tomorrow I do another video, and it gets 500 views. And then the day after tomorrow, on Friday, I do another video, and it gets 500 views. Let's just say those 3 days, my videos get 500 views a piece. That's 1,500 views over the course of 3 days. That's 1,500 more people that know about me that had no idea who I was before they clicked on the video, got it shared, ended up in the comment section. So is 1,500 more than 0? Absolutely. Now you're thinking, well, Stan, I don't have a following. Stan, I don't know what I'm doing when I go live. All things that I could obviously teach you how to do, but you have to be willing to learn how to be comfortable in front of the camera. Heck, forget comfort. Just get in front of the camera and not rush off when no one shows up, which is something I'm going to speak to in a moment before I let you all get out of here. So understanding that piece is major. If you have no following, let's just say your video gets 50 views and you're like, oh no, my video only got 50 views. How many people knew about you before that video? 0, nil. 50 is still more than 0. That is how you have to begin to see things when it comes to making people aware of your business. When we talk about virtual real estate, that's how you gobble some of that stuff up. You put yourself in a place where people didn't know you before, and then you become more and more and more familiar to them. So they're willing to listen. They're willing to learn from you, and that they will do on a more regular basis when you're doing a live every single day. You're on Instagram live every day or Facebook live every day. Maybe you pick one place It's early on. So you pick one place where you're most comfortable. And that's what you do. You go live on that machine every single day. And that's what will begin to shift the way your business works and how people see you. And when you do that, you give knowledge. Maybe you give some of your best stuff, some of your best information to let people know, wow, this is some quality info. Tell me more. That's where we want to get to a point where people begin to say, tell me more. Or when that notification pops up, when they see you go live, they go, oh, I want that person to tell me more. Excuse me. Now, something that's important that I want to give you all some advice when it comes to going live. There are some things that you absolutely want to avoid. One of those things is getting nervous when no one shows up. Listen, this is about not just the folks that tune in live, but the folks that may see on a replay or whenever the video is just going to be out there in the ether for however long. So that energy has to match. Whether it be one view or a million views, the energy needs to be the same. Sometimes we do a live video, the people don't show up the way we thought they would or the way we want them to, so we dial our energy down. Well, what does that tell them about our business? Well, they're not excited about their business. Why should I? If your business opportunity or the service you offer could turn into $500 or hell, $5 or $5,000 or 10 grand or 20 grand, isn't one person just as powerful as 20, as 30, as 100, as 200, as 2,000? Yeah, because you can convert that one person. That's why the energy has to be profound. People have to know, oh, wow, that person knows what they're talking about, even if you think they're the only person there. So uniformity and consistency in our energy, that has to be the first piece that you understand when you're going live every single day. Aside from that one, don't count on the interaction, right? Sometimes, there's interaction. You have slides if you're a regular presenter, or you have this presentation if you're in person on a sales call. Well, I have these pages that I normally go through, right? Don't count on those. Those, or cards or slides, count as reminders, not that you read from them all the time. Again, think about this. If it works on you, it can work for you. The same goes in reverse. When you're in class and you just had a teacher, just reading from the slides all class, you were bored out of your mind. You wanted to get out of there. Your client or potential client feels the exact same way. So understand that piece. Don't count on your slides. Be willing to do your presentation or your sales call with or without slides. Certainly in this virtual world, obviously, most people I know have some kind of slides. Heck, I have my own slides in my Prezi presentation. If for whatever reason that goes awry, then I have a way to give my presentation without any slides. They are there as a complement. They are an ornament on the tree. While sometimes it can make it look more beautiful, the tree is still the tree. The core is still the core. So remember that. And certainly last but not least, in this particular piece, I just want to say, be prepared, especially if you're new to this going live thing. Sometimes you just get on there and go, yeah, so I'm here. You're here. Have you ever had an awkward date before? It's like an awkward date. You come, nobody's prepared. What do I say? What do I do? Am I sure that, are they listening to? I don't know if I should say anything. Like, think about that. Who wants that experience? No one, right? Everyone wants to know that the person that they're engaging with is prepared and they know what they're talking about, right? So keep those things in mind as you look to grow your business. The one thing, and there are other things, but the one thing we're talking about today, the one thing that people are most afraid of most afraid to do when it comes to growing, developing their business, gobbling up some of this virtual real estate, it's to go live every single day. I don't want to hear your excuses. Cut the shit. Do what it takes to get it done. Now, is it always going to be easy? No, right? But are you able to? Absolutely. And from a lighting standpoint, I highly recommend this. If you don't have, let's say, a ring light, it sounds, that, you want a professional look, but you don't have all the things to make it look professional. That's the only thing I recommend. Just get some light and face the light when you record your video. Or if there's sunlight where you are, some natural light, face the light as you record your video. That's it. People want to see you, and the quality of your video is going to help a lot. Awesome. I love to see that. Challenge accepted. And again, make it be about help, right? You're helping people. You're providing them with information that's going to service them. Again, I mentioned the holidays and giving gifts. Think about most people enjoy receiving gifts, right? That's going to take some of the nerves out of it. Like right now, my hope is that I'm giving you something that you can use. This is a gift of information. So that's less pressure on me. I'm giving you something that, heck, that you can receive. Boom. So then you take that and you roll with it, right? This is the same thing. So if you're worried about your nerves, take a deep breath before you go live, and then just talk and speak and serve with great energy. Meet people where they are and then take them someplace new. Everyone may not be ready for a 10 and a rah-rah. Everyone may not be ready for low key. People work differently. So meet them where they are and then take them somewhere new. This also is going to work. If you're a manager, if you're a supervisor, the same thing holds true. Like you have to meet people with this kind of energy. There's a lot of Zoom meetings going on, and there's a lot of Zoom fatigue that I'm hearing about. And yes, is that going to happen anyway? I suppose. But a part of the reason why there's so much, let's say, Zoom or virtual fatigue is because of the energy that is being delivered with. The way it's being delivered doesn't work the same, right? So anyway, that's all I got. My challenge, if you so choose to accept it, is that you go live every day for 5 days, 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And don't worry about who shows up. If they come on, if they say hi to you, say hey back. Great to see you here. Make sure you come back next time. Say those things. Let people know. It's like if you've ever hosted a party or a get together, someone walks in your home and you just let them walk in your home. You don't even acknowledge their existence. How would they feel? You'd feel even weird just having someone walk around your home and not saying hello to them if you saw them. So that's when people, if you have the opportunity to, when they pop on, say, hey, good to have you here. Dope. If they leave comments, read the comments, or when you get done, comment back to them so that they know that you saw them, right? So I hope that was helpful. Hope that was fruitful. If you know anyone that this message could benefit, certainly tag them in the comments section. Tag them in the comments section wherever you might be hearing or listening to this, or share this with them as well. And challenge them if they're looking to build their business or their brand to go live every day, at least 5 minutes a day for 5 days. Tracy, how you doing? Challenge accepted. Scared, but accepted. Cool. And let me know how it's going via inbox or in the comment section. Tag me in your videos if you'd like, or if you even wanted any pointers. But really, just take a deep breath. Press go and let it happen. And a benefit and another possible way to grow you in this way is go, okay, I'm going to talk about these 3 points. I have 3 points. And after those 3 points, I'm out. So that's your only out. If it's less than 5 minutes, then cool. Just make sure you have 1, 3, or 5 points. 1, 3, or 5 points as you're serving. Don't do anything more than 5 unless you're just like super comfortable and you want the live to be long. But if you're just getting started out, you want some confidence to know that you delivered it well, 1 point, 3 points, or 5 points. Obviously, keep your posture right, looking directly at the camera, right? Because if you're looking at the camera now, guess what? Even though we're not in the same place, we have some eye contact, right? We have eye contact. I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at my screen. I'm looking at you. And that's the other connection piece that folks don't often realize, right? It's like when you're taking a selfie, you look directly at the camera, don't you? Yeah, you look directly where the camera's coming from. It shouldn't be any different when we're doing it live. So look there, boom, and get comfortable. That's your 1 or 1 bazillion people who are watching you. Make sure your posture's right and that your lighting is good. Again, as I said before, if your lighting isn't the best or you don't have lighting, just find where some lighting is, face the lighting, and record that way. So I hope this was beneficial to you all. I know tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I'm delivering a masterclass on virtual engagement secrets. And just go to virtualizeyourenterprise.com. That's it. It's literally just virtualizeyourenterprise.com. It's super easy. Going to take you right to a Zoom. Put your name and email address, and you all will register, and it'll be a good time. And the person who invites the most people, and when I say most people, I mean the most entrepreneurs, most small business owners, or those interested, will receive a $25 gift card. We're going $25. $25 gift card to the person who invites the most small business owners or entrepreneurs or aspiring as such to virtualizeyourenterprise.com, Virtual Engagement Secrets, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So, and it's free, my favorite 4-letter F word. So make sure you are there. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Remember, 365 and 1/4 days a year that you're good, you're great, you're worth it. All right. And you don't have to be perfect. We're simply in this thing trying to make a little bit of progress. And as I said before, there's a lot going on. When we were talking about there's election time, there's some stress going on. There's a lot. So remember, as we do this, to breathe, to breathe, to give yourself space. It is a time where there's a lot going on, where there's some frustrations for a number of reasons, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to have discussions about things that matter with people who matter, okay? So I appreciate you all so, so very much. Again, remember this always: effort on fire beats knowledge on ice. This is Dan Pearson, second year to hear first. Peace.